Have y'all seen this Charlie Sheen documentary on Netflix? Oh my God. Like, it is really a story about how far you can take fame in the 90s. When in the 90s, I grew up in 94, so it is crazy to see you finally get to take a peek of, oh, he was a star in the 90s. Oh, I remember Charlie Sheen, right? I remember them. I remember all the celebrities in the 90s. What you find out might hurt your feelings if you look up to celebrities in the 90s. And I like how Charlie Sheen was very candid in this. And I only watched one episode, and it's one of the most craziest documentaries I've ever seen. And I don't know. I don't know how this man is alive. And this is episode 1. Bro, I even got notes. I was like, oh, bro, I got to write this down. I have so much notes, and it's only episode 1. I'm scared to watch the rest of the series because it's so much. I don't even know how, like I said again, every time he talks, you're going to be like, how's this dude alive, bro? 90 crackheads and 90 drug addicts are built for tough because he took a lot. Old Charlie took down mountains. But let me skip ahead. First of all, he started the scene with this plane drive. He's on the plane. Of course, he's famous. He's Charlie Sheen. So the pilot want to meet Charlie Sheen. So he goes in there all cool. At this point, he admits that he was high out of his mind, right? He looks high. Charlie Sheen, now that I look back in pictures, Charlie Sheen look high all the time. I can't even tell if he wasn't or not, because now with this hindsight, this first episode, Charlie Sheen look high all the time. But that being said, let me get back to the plane. He goes on the plane. He talks to the pilot, take pictures with the pilot. And this story, like I said, is about him pushing the boundaries and what he can get away with. So he goes to the pilot. The pilot said, oh, he asks the pilot, can I wear your clothes? It'd be cool if I can wear your hat, right? He started with the hat first. And the pilot was like, oh, of course, you're Charlie Sheen, take my hat. Then Charlie Sheen was like, it would be even cooler if I took your jacket. And the pilot was like, of course, you're Charlie Sheen, take my jacket, right? Then of course, if you got this far, you're going to be like, you know what would be even cooler? High out of his mind, Charlie Sheen suggested, you should let me get in the pilot seat and drive it and take the photo, right? He's in the pilot seat and the pilot's next to him in the photo. And it's actually a dope photo they showed on the documentary. So I get it. If I'm the pilot, I get it. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You got Charlie Sheen right here and he's in your cockpit, right? You're going to tell all the other homies, look, I got Charlie Sheen. I took Charlie Sheen. He's right here. He actually wore my hat. Like that would have been dope. So I get it, but at the same time, that was the most irresponsible thing a pilot. I don't know if I want my pilot to be that thirsty to. I know I get it. It's a once in a lifetime chance. You would never meet Charlie Sheen probably ever again, but I'm not gonna let Charlie Sheen get in my pilot seat. And it even gets worse from this. Now, like I said, I'm not even on the craziest part yet. Then, well, this is actually crazy. Then he goes to the pilot. And the pilot, so cool with Charlie Sheen, you thinking they're friends now. So they start to descend. He's still in the cockpit while they are driving, him and the co-pilot, and he's still right next to the seat. And then Charlie Sheen, I think he suggested that it'd be cool if I fly it. And I think the pilot ended up taking the autopilot thing off with people in the back, a whole bunch of lives that he responsible for in the back. So he did. Charlie Sheen said, it's one of the best feelings he ever felt. And this guy did coke and crack. So imagine how it felt. He said he lifted up. It started to get a little turbulence. I think that's what he said. It's been a while since I watched this because I'm still recovering. And he said it got a little turbulence. And then the pilot decided to put it back on autopilot and then correct itself. But Charlie Sheen said he loved that high. And it was a big sticking point because he loved the highs of things. He loved pushing the boundary. That's what this first episode is about, and I think it's gonna be the whole documentary. Then he was born dead. His life started when dead. That's crazy. That is crazy. Charlie Sheen started dead. And first of all, I got so much things I don't even know how to collect myself together. His name is not Charlie Sheen. His name is Carlos Estevez. His name is Carlos. His name is not Charlie Sheen. His dad's name not Martin Sheen. His name is Carlos. That threw me for a loop. Like I said, these are old notes because I literally had to take a week off after watching one episode. All right, what else I see? Oh, yes, he started doing movies. He went on the set of his father's, and that kind of inspired him, because everybody want to be like their dad. He had a cool job. He was on the set. He's also childhood friends with Sean Penn, and he's also in the documentary, Sean Penn, but he couldn't get his father and brother to be in the documentary, which is unfortunate because I would have loved to hear their side of the story, because I bet they've been through a lot. So I would love to see it, but I get it. They don't want, because Charlie, he has a way of pushing boundaries, and I get it if I was the father, because the father came in clutch episode 1, and the brother was a little standoff. It was a bunch of competition. What's next on my read? Oh, Chris Tucker was actually in a documentary too. I didn't know how close they was. Chris Tucker really respects Charlie Sheen a lot. I thought their relationship was all business, but they had a little good friendship, and I was surprised to see Chris Tucker there. And he talked about how Charlie Sheen helped his career, and that's dope. He helped him become who he was. Now, what else I have? Man, these notes are so long. I was scribbling. I said born dead, almost died, Carlo's name. Oh, he also, Charlie Sheen, because his father was in Hollywood, I would think he was born rich, but he was not born rich. That was crazy too, to learn that. What else? Oh, his brother was actually the first star. No, well, not the first, but out of the kids, the first star to really, and I don't even know, I was born in the 90s. I remember Emilio Estevez in, what's that, Mighty Ducks? I didn't know him when he was heartthrob, heartthrob with women and all that. I didn't know him when he was young. I only seen him when he was an old man, right? So I learned that. And what else? There's so much stuff. I can't go through all this stuff. All right. What else? Oh, yes. He also was supposed to, get this, he was supposed to be the Karate Kid. He, instead of Ralph Macchio, it was supposed to be Charlie Sheen. Like, imagine a coked out Charlie Sheen as the Karate Kid. I don't know. We probably missing out, because I would love to see a coked out Charlie Sheen doing karate kicks, doing backspins. That would be crazy. He was supposed to be, but I think he had a smaller role. I forgot what the role was, but he decided to go to that role because his father was on him, because he made a promise to a studio that he was going to go there, so he couldn't really leave, and they wanted him to be the lead of Karate Kid, but he had to leave that day, and he didn't leave that day, so the rest is history. But he also say, with the Karate Kid, missing that big opportunity, is truthfully that it hurt Ralph Macchio's career, because ever since she couldn't shake that character. He was always the Karate Kid. He couldn't be anything else. They only seen him as that, even though he's doing great today, Cobra Kai, but he couldn't shake that from his career, and that must have sucked as an actor if you just get shoehorned into that role and nobody can see you do anything else. So that was crazy. What else? Weed. He said he smoked a lot of weed and is a gateway drug. I'm not a hater of weed, but people always tell me it's not a gateway drug, but he said it was a gateway drug in the 70s too. So it wasn't even strong weed that we got today. I don't smoke weed. I just hear stories about people smoking weed, and they said the old school weed, it does not compare to the crazy weed we got today. Also, his parents were nudists he said for a brief time they were nudists. I didn't see anything wrong with that. They made it seem like it's crazy if your parents are nudists. Now I wouldn't want to see my parents naked, but nudist to me, now that I'm older, a nude body or nude doesn't bother me. So I wouldn't want to see my parents. I said I wouldn't want to see my parents naked, but nude body wouldn't kill me. Now, what else? I scribbled so much crazy stuff. Oh, this is another thing. Did you know that Charlie Sheen and his father put the beats on Michael Jordan? And he was doing good. They were balling, like him and his father when they first showed up. Oh, so this is the story about how Michael Jordan, he met Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan washed him and his dad. Father-dad beating. No, it ended up Michael Jordan ended up getting clapped by him and his father and winning. Now, if I'm Charlie Sheen, see, here's the thing. I almost can't blame Charlie Sheen. You beat Michael Jordan with your dad, and you made the final shot. What else? What's next? You got to do some crack. You got to do some coke. If I beat Michael Jordan with my dad by my side, bro, coke, crack is on the menu the next day. Fly it out. So I understand, even though he went down a terrible path. Man, there's so much in this episode. I don't want this video to be so long, but it's so much in this episode. I encourage y'all to go watch it, but forewarning, there's a lot of triggers in it. There's a lot of a lot of trauma, a lot of you're not gonna come out feeling happy. The story don't end well. The episode 1 don't end happy. You end like, oh, what the fuck, like it. But said this was a peak. Oh, and my favorite thing, oh my God, I'm gonna say this. I have so much I can say, but the thing that kept on my mind the whole time, of course he went to rehab. Let me get it out of the way. Of course, all the celebrity rehab drug things, all that stuff. He get high, meet a girl, she dies, all that stuff. Regular 90s drug habit, celebrity stuff, right? But this is the crazy thing. And this is the part, the good drug thing I like about it. I didn't know Charlie Sheen and Nicolas Cage was the 92 Bulls. Scotty and Michael. Charlie Sheen was Michael and Nick Cage was Scottie Pippen. They were putting up numbers. When it came to doing drugs, when it came to partying in the 90s, when it came to just going, everything you imagine people doing, like celebrities doing in the 90s, they did it. And they have so much war stories. And it's crazy. I didn't see Nick Cage in the documentary, so I don't know how their relationship is now. But back then, the boys were going crazy. Nick Cage was a bad influence. When I watched Nick Cage movies, I didn't think, is this guy on drugs? But now that I watch Nick Cage movies, all I'm gonna think is this guy on drugs? And Nick Cage could be healthy right now, but this documentary was so eye-opening. Now I want to see a Nick Cage documentary. I don't know if I want to see. I don't know. I barely can finish this one. I'm gonna try to watch episode 2 sometime in the future, but episode 1 is crazy. Hey, I encourage y'all to watch it. It is a story about him eventually turning the ship, but not in episode 1. Episode 1, you're gonna get everything thrown at you about how terrible he was basically as a person. He wasn't a bad person, but if you're dealing with somebody who has a addiction, it's always gonna affect the family. It don't just affect you, it affect everybody, right? And the father in episode 1, I'm just saying, the father, man, was so consistent about helping his son and having his back. The mother showed a little bit, but it was really focused on how the father really tried to steer Charlie in the right way, or Carlos, whatever you want to call him. That was touching, and I forgot how it ended. It was some ended. And this is my last thing about it. And I know there's so much stuff I could have talked about, but it's just stuff that popped in my head. Now, I've never done crack before, and I'm never going to do it. I've never even drank. I never smoked. I've never done any of that. But the way Charlie Sheen described doing crack, the way he described doing crack, he make it sound like it's the most amazing thing you can ever do in your life. And he did say, hey, it's going to fuck up your life, but it's the most amazing feeling you will ever have in your life, and you forever chase it. That is scary. I've never had an addiction or anything, but that is a scary feeling that you forever gonna be chasing something that you never gonna feel again, right? That is a crazy. So I do feel for addicts, but man, the way he described how it was, and and not even the best part, he was getting a blowy while he was doing crack. And he said, imagine getting a blowjob on crack. I don't know if any regular blowjob would get it done. If you on crack and you getting a blow, come on, man. Pray for Charlie. Charlie doing all right now. He didn't even get in the HIV part yet, but I know it's gonna get in the series. Like I said, I only watched 1 episode. This is only 1 episode, and this video is too long. I didn't want it to be too long. I did a whole bunch of notes that I'm gonna skip because they're not really as important to me. But yes, I encourage y'all to go watch this. See if you can handle it. But if you ever want to peek into the 90s celebrity, which was the craziest celebrity, because that's when commercialism was crazy and propaganda was crazy in the 90s. But yes, if you ever want to peek into how to really do drugs, kids, go watch them. Go watch the Charlie Sheen documentary. I'm only on episode 1. Let me know if y'all watched it. Let me know how y'all feel about it. I haven't watched the whole thing. Let me know how y'all feel about episode 1. This is the Mad Critic Report, and I'm out. I just had to do that. But all right, peace.